In the days of old, 5 elements were known: MCing, DJing, graffiti had grown, B-boy and knowledge, the pillars of the game, but a 6th emerged, adding to the flame. Comics and hip-hop, a fusion so tight, visual storytelling, lyrics that ignite, from the pages to the beats, a seamless blend. The 6th element, where 2 worlds transcend.
Welcome to the 6th Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu guided the way, bringing you the culture every day. Welcome to the 6th Element Show, where comics and hip-hop flow. Reno and Stu.
What's up, y'all? 6th Element of Hip Hop. I'm your boy, Reno Noir. This is Stu Dog in the house. What up, Stu?
What up, what up?
Chilling. Oh, yeah, we got a big show tonight. Big things happening. We got the new Avengers trailer with the X-Men that we saw yesterday with, Cyclops and Professor X and Magneto. But did you know that only moments later, another trailer for Avengers Doomsday leaked with the Black Panther and Wakanda Fantastic Four? Did you catch that one?
Yes, I did.
And that one.
Oh, really? Got my Google feed set up for that.
Yes, sir. We're going to show that as well. So we're going to talk about all these things. And also,
apparently they're supposed to be.
I'm gonna do a little DIY.
Apparently, we know they're supposed to be putting out. I don't know how true it is, but this is what's on there. This is the word on the street. Word on the street, they're supposed to put out, because the movie's coming out so late in the year. They're gonna put out a teaser trailer every month. At first, I heard once a week, but then I heard once a month. So the one I keep hearing is once a month. They're gonna put out one of these little 1-minute trailers.
No, they do it every week on the Fire Avatar movie. Yeah, they put out. Okay. So, but that's part of the problem, actually. That's why they fucked up. That's why they fucked up, and we're gonna talk about that fuck up too, because
let's talk. Yes, we got to talk about it. I mean, at the end of the day, you put the movie out at the end of the year. I mean, you've been filming it for at least a good 2 years. Let's just say, just to be on the safe side and give you some credit. And the movie's dropping in December, like the end of the year. I mean, how much more you filming? Or are you like, and then you want to release a trailer every week to hype the movie? Like it seems like you're just trying to hype it up at this point, rather than put it out.
Yeah, it is ambitious, to say the very least. But yeah, I don't know when Marvel's going to learn, if they're ever going to learn. I don't think they'll ever learn, because at this point, they clearly have not learned. And they don't show any signs of having learned. Nothing has changed. We all thought that Doomsday and Wolverine might have been a sign of something, but no, it's never been worse. But yes, at this point, the promotional journey for Avengers Doomsday has a list of mistakes and backfires that has to have Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers throwing TVs at each other. With the latest involving, of course, the 4th trailer, the eventual MCU blockbuster is likely, the anger level of Hulk right now. The issue is the rollout, right? The rollout of the marketing, the promotion of the trailers. Instead of just one or a couple trailers, there are at least 4. And of course, that's not the problem in and of itself. I think it's a good idea to kind of keep the momentum going, but I thought these trailers were going to come once every couple of months, not once a week.
Once a week, yeah. And I heard like a bunch of different. I heard week, month. I was like, damn. I mean, a week. I was like, that's 50. That's what, 52 weeks a year. That's 52 trailers. Like,
yeah. They won't. It's not once a week between now and the movie comes out. It's once a week during the Ash and Fire Avatar movie. This is all just to it's how Marvel chose to roll out, sort of deliver these trailers to the world. They're attaching each trailer to the preview package within Avatar Fire and Ass. One new trailer to be delivered each week, attempting to boost the box office numbers for James Cameron's literal expensive project.
We know with Star Wars, when it was good, people went, dropped what, $10, whatever they dropped, see the trailer and walk out. They didn't care. I just want to see the trailer.
Well, now you got to go see the movie a bunch of times to see every trailer if that's what you want to do. And the initial trailer, we saw Steve Rogers, right? We saw the return of the MCU leaked online well ahead of time. It leaked. And then it came the leak of the second trailer with Thor praying to Odin for help before the war to come. And then the third, Cyclops, raging, visorless, emotional anguish. And then the fourth trailer is currently being pirated online, effective Tuesday. That's, you know, if you found it, because Marvel and Disney are doing their best to flag and remove them as they crop up. But mostly it's too late, and you probably haven't seen it, but I got the goods for you. I got the footage, I got the imagery, and we'll see. We're gonna look at all these trailers. Don't worry, I'm not gonna just yap. But there's plenty to unpack in the fourth trailer, which we'll do as well. But obviously, you know, it can't be included in everything. But let's start off with the X-Men trailer, because that is the official joint that we just got. You know, that's the debut, and it's very exciting. Like, I'm super duper excited about what we're seeing in this X-Men trailer. So before I show you the Fantastic Four and we talk about the Black Panther joint, we'll check out the X-Men joint. So it basically starts off, you know, you see inside the X mansion, and you hear the voice of Patrick Stewart. What up? You hear the voice of Patrick Stewart talking about death comes for all of us. Are you prepared to die? And then we get a shot of the mansion just kind of fucked up. It's all I know for sure. And then we get a shot, see the Xavier's sign looking all innocence lost. The question isn't some shit. And then he's like, the question is who would you be? When you close your eyes? And then you see the wheel of Xavier's chair wheeling along. And then you see the chess piece rising up. And it looks metal to me. And then you see a hand reach out to grab another hand in comfort. And you pan up to see Xavier in his suit with the X symbol, just looking super duper X-Men snazzy. And then we pan over to Gandalf the Grey. Fuck you, Charles. And then bang.
Or run, you fools.
Hold on, go back. What happened?
I said, or run, you fools.
yeah. Fly, you fools.
That's Charles, you fool.
Fly, you fools. What up, man? Punisher 1C, what up? He said, I am vengeance. I am the night. I am X Punisher. What is in the blazes Professor talking about? Magneto is back. He's back. Looking like Gandalf the Grey, but he's ready. And then we see Cyclops, man. He's ripping off his visor. And he opens his eyes. Boom! And just lets loose. He lets loose. But man, I'm telling you, this shot right here, bro.
The uniform.
The uniform is crazy. The costume is crazy. We love that.
And we love that.
But that's not why my hairs on the back of my neck stood up when I saw this scene. If you look in the back left corner,
that should
you
be
see
the
the feet.
Is that the mansion?
You see the Sentinel walking.
Yeah, you see him walking. Yeah.
You see the Sentinel walking, 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 walking in, and he's gonna do things because it's the Sentinel. The X-Men will return. Countdown begins. And yeah, man, X-Men, Sentinels. We're talking about the dopest villains, the most powerful, most dangerous villains, most craziest foes that the X-Men face. Only motherfuckers that could ravage the X-Mansion with a full team of X-Men inside. They don't fuck about.
No.
Sentinels. I mean,
Sentinels are an intricate part of the X-Men. I would argue that out of all the enemies the X-Men have ever faced, the Sentinels are probably their most consistent and powerful. And powerful. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that's just how I look at it, because their main job is to either capture or destroy them, whichever one comes first. So, but either way, it's to suppress the X-Men and their mutant abilities and just their kind, period. The Sentinels are their, it will always be their Achilles heel. Ooh.
well, the Sentinels, God damn it. Carpet. The Sentinels, man, are the coolest dudes. But given the huge cast for Avengers Doomsday, the movie's marketing campaign has opted to do these trailers, and so we get to see like little glimpses, and you know, I've heard it said, and it's a valid point, that maybe this was a bit misleading, that this big battle was going to somehow be like a big part of the deal of the movie, like a big main battle. But we know it's just a glimpse into the multiverse. Now we've seen the set photos ad nauseum of the Sentinels and the all over the yard and shit. We've seen them fucked up, right? So we know, God damn it, we know that's coming. And the money shot.
And we also know, with every Avengers movie, the A is a different color, and it represents one of the Infinity Stones, which means that is the basis of the movie. So this one is green, which means it's the Time Stone, which means it'll have a lot to do with time travel. So we know that. If you go back and you look at all the A's in the Avengers movie, each one is a different color. Each one focused on something that that the stone could actually do. So so we know it's going to have something to do with time. There is a theory that Captain America that we saw at the end of Endgame was the future Captain America, and he switched places with the younger Captain America, and he came back, and that's why Cap is so young with a baby in this one. I don't know how true that is. That's the word on the street. That's the speculation.
You be coming.
I be reading, bro.
You be saying some shit, bro. I don't know where you be getting these things,
bro. I be reading. Some of them be kind of like, bro. Some of you gotta think about it. You gotta be like, you know what?
That doesn't even make sense, bro. First of all, we know Steve Rogers was young when he went back in time at the end of the Endgame. Okay. That's why he's young in the trailer.
And he was old when he came back. So they're saying
when he comes back, but the trailer is him in the past.
Right, but they're saying that when they got there, he talked to the old Cap, and they switched. Old Cap came back, young Cap stayed, and that was like the latest theory I just saw was like the latest theory I saw was like,
bro. Hold on, bro. Like, we're getting way off topic. We're trying to talk about the Sentinels, bro. We're talking about the Sentinels, and you're just like going left. We can get back to that though. Keep that bookmarked. But the Sentinels in the trailer. The money shot, of course, is the trailer. Undeniably, X-Men, Cyclops dressed in his blue and yellow costume, right? And right out of the '90s X-Men cartoon. I mean, you've seen this costume. It's this iconic blue suit, kneeling down, letting loose the optic blast. But again, behind Cyclops is the enormous boots of the Sentinels, the giant skyscraper. This is not even scale. Sentinels are in some iterations are like buildings, bro, like skyscraper tall. It's crazy. They come through and kill mutants. They hunt them. And some of the X-Men's, go-to enemies since 1965, since their debut. X-Men number 14 actually was the first time we got to see the Sentinels, which is way back in the 60s, before the X-Men were actually popular. They really didn't catch on yet. They didn't really catch on until Giant Size X-Men number 1, when Wolverine and Storm and all those guys came in. That's when they actually caught on and people started to, they got popular. But the 2000s X-Men films kind of went for that stripped down aesthetic and the storytelling, and kind of tossed out the whole comic vibe of it. But that meant no Sentinels in the original trilogy, and the closest thing that we had was a single Sentinel in a Danger Room simulation. The Sentinels finally debuted properly on screen in 2014's X-Men Days of Future Past, which was the movie that adapted the comic about the dark future, where the Sentinels have they have almost exterminated the mutants in whole. And so the Days of Future Past comics, one of my favorite of all time, made me a fan. Like, I love post-apocalyptic shit, and it's just like it was everything in one. And the movie sized down the Sentinels, made them super small in compared to what they would have been, making them only about 10 feet tall instead of the several story building height that they actually have. So what we see in this trailer, what's so beautiful, is these feet are massive. Like, this thing could be at least, this scale, right? At least this scale, but nothing like the movie that we got so far. And again, this is the MCU, so this is a debut. First time we're getting the Sentinels in the MCU. And
that'd be great.
Yeah. And based on the scale of the Doomsday teaser, it looks like they're going to be as big as the comic book ones. And that's super.
Now we do know, the smaller they get, the more advanced they are. So,
Shark guys, what up? Peace. Well, I think you're talking about the different types of Sentinels. Some of the smaller ones, some of the more advanced ones are smaller, yeah. But these guys, they're always huge. And
the huge ones are like
that version is the OG version.
The huge ones are like, what up, man? The huge ones are like that's like their 1-2 punch. They send those and they sending them in to kill. They
of course
they don't take no prisoners.
Grap lover in the house. What up?
Grap.
Peace.
Grap.
It's been too long, my brother. You can come in anytime, man. You got the link, homie. Come chop it up. We talking about X-Men. You know what it is. But yeah,
no, I just want to know what role they're gonna play in this movie, because I don't know. This will be our introduction to the mutants, and
look,
you see that big.
Yeah. These are Fox mutants. Unfortunately, these are the Fox X-Men. Sadly, I was really, bro, ever since like when Iron Man was popping and before Endgame and all that, like when the MCU was at its height, I wanted so badly to see this entity do the X-Men. Post Endgame, the MCU, that stuff, I just was like, just don't even bother. I don't really want to see your version of the X-Men anymore. I'm like over it. I don't really care. And then, but yet, when Deadpool and Wolverine came around, things got kind of good, and Fantastic Four was kind of good, and it's like getting kind of back to comic vibes. And I'm like, yo, they could do a new, like, I'm kind of getting excited for some X-Men again. But of course, we're getting the same Fox X-Men that everybody was like kind of about in the first place. But they're doing it basically. It's not about the characters; it's about the actors. When you see these characters, you see James Marsden, you see Patrick Stewart, you see Hugh Jackman. You don't see Cyclops and Professor X and Wolverine, okay? And that's the whole beauty of bringing in unknown actors, is when you bring in unknown actors that aren't super popular and super famous, then you actually see the character for the character and not for the actor that's playing them.
I agree.
So I'm not happy about the whole Fox X-Men thing. Like, that's not exciting to me in and of itself, like that part of it. But just the fact of getting X-Men MCU is brilliant, and the Sentinels, man, are just fucking crazy. And we have not seen no good Sentinels in any any live action anything yet. So by the size of those feet, man, I'm very excited. Them feet, I'm telling you, them feet are the most exciting thing that I've seen from Marvel since Wolverine wore the mask in Deadpool and Wolverine. No, I'll say Galactus was dope too. Galactus was dope as fuck.
Galactus was dope. Yeah,
Galactus was fucking hard. Yeah, Galactus was hard. So this is the dopest thing I've seen since Galactus. Nah,
yeah,
fuck that. This is doper than Galactus to me, bro. I'm an X-Men guy. I'm gonna run that. This is the dopest shit I've seen since Wolverine put on the mask. I say it again, I stamp it. Yeah. But yeah, Sentinels are a convenient villain for the X-Men. They're robots, so that means they can be destroyed as violently as possible. They can Wolverine can tear them to shreds. You know, no censorship needed. And in the X-Men cartoons, you know, it was just, you know, you didn't need to worry about blood and everything. It was perfect. And so comics, it just works. It works for a PG-13 blockbuster. Created, you know, and you know, Sentinels are not just some robots though, bro. They're, you know, they're created by humans, like AI, complete AI, and they hate, you know, the humans that created them are basically racist against mutants, and they created them to kill and hunt mutants. And so, like, you know, our ancient ancestors were against predators, the non-mutant humans are outmatched physically against mutants. So they created technology to level the playing field in their battle against mutants. And the problem is that the Sentinels rarely stay under control. They're AI. And so Days of Future Past depicted a variant of Sentinels that could absorb and duplicate mutant powers. As soon as they encountered them, they would get hit with their power or whatever. Like if the mutant had, you know, ice blast and they shot him with the ice blast, and he would absorb that power and be able to replicate it, basically. And made them basically unstoppable, and they basically decimated the mutant population. You know, it wasn't so much a battle as a slaughter, and this could be, you know, another mutant massacre, right? What we're seeing here, we're seeing the whole mansion wiped out. Cyclops is there. He's by himself. He's on his knees. He's tearing his thing off. He's black. What is he so like mad about? He's on some shit is over. He's on some I just saw Jean die or some shit, right? I just saw Professor X get ripped in half. Like, that is the type of shit it looks like Cyclops is going through in this scene. And man, I am super excited to see what happens. But Doomsday is going to be the kind of precursor to Secret Wars, and then the storyline suggests that the multiverse is going to collapse. Perhaps the X-Men's world is doomed, and so the variants can be added to the MCU's sacred timeline for future movies. You have Dr. Doom, Robert Downey Jr., the villain of the Avengers Doomsday, genius with robotics, has an army of Doombots at his beck and call. And then the Sentinels are, in fact, could be, you know, giant Doombots, because of the way the MCU twists things and makes it their own. So it could go a lot of ways, but man, they're going to be giant fucking Sentinels, and the shape of them feet. Look at the shape of them bitches.
yeah, it's dope.
Rounded foot. Look at the shape of the foot.
Looks like it looks like it's going to be more comic accurate than Hollywood organic looking machines.
Exactly. And I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. I think I like it. Grabbing the base, and my knowledge of what's happening would embarrass me. Oh, nah, bro. I think your knowledge of comics, man, and just, you know, X-Men in general. But it's all good, man. We chopping it up. You know what it is, bro. We getting in. We end up talking about hip hop at the end of the show. You know how we do. So yeah, I mean, this trailer, the X-Men trailer is crazy, and all that, and we've all seen that, and that's dope. But the next trailer that we haven't seen yet, that they haven't released yet, has leaked, and I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna rip it out and show it to you. That was my Mick impression. Rip your eye out and show it to you. Who was that? Somebody said that. We start off, and you see, well, actually, no, let me back up. Because actually, that's not the first shot. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. It dissolved. So the first shot is actually just a big wide open desert scene. There's really nothing to it. It literally just shows skyline, sand, and a horizon. And right away, you know, it's a few possibilities. It could be different places. And so on the internet, I'm sure Stu has seen in all his research that they're speculating that this could be the void at the end of time and space. And in the show Loki, the desert, you know, the void rather is like where the TVA dumped all their multiversal shit to be eaten by the giant cloud monster. And of course, we also saw the void and, you know, in Deadpool and Wolverine and shit, and what's the Sentry. Kept thinking Sentinels. Sentry, who becomes the void, but the void becomes this place, right? And we don't really think that the void is actually going to be I don't think that the void is going to be in Avengers Doomsday, or at least not going to be where the Fantastic Four meets Wakanda. And that's what happens in this trailer. That's what this trailer is about, the Fantastic Four and Wakanda coming together. But the movie already has to introduce like all these multiversal heroes. You've got Dr. Doom and all these plot lines, and bringing the void, I thought is a lot. It's just too much, bro. When I heard the void, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, it's just too much. Like, let's make it fucking digestible. And, you know, I don't think it's going to play a huge role in Secret Wars. It's going to become Battle World, so we know it's in Secret Wars. I mean, not Doomsday. It's in Secret Wars. It's going to have a pretty big role, a huge role in Secret Wars. It becomes Battle World, but in this movie, I doubt it. But you know, and the desert that we're seeing in the first shot here could also be the Atacama Desert in Chile, where Namor and Shuri had their final showdown in Wakanda Forever. But I also think that's probably not it, because this is also the desert where we see Ben Grimm meet Shuri. So why would Ben Grimm go to a random desert in Chile? I think this is just the Sahara Desert or some wasteland outside of Wakanda. And then the next shot, we see Shuri walking, and
Shuri.
We see Shuri walking, and then and remember, in Wakanda Forever, the movie ended with her declining to fight for the crown of her nation, and she instead let it become you know, she let become king, and so that way she could devote all her time to being Black Panther, and, you know, raise T'Challa Jr. and but I think it's interesting how her Black Panther suit has a lot of gold on it, just like Killmonger's did, because remember, her brother turned down that suit in Black Panther. And but you know, in Wakanda Forever, she went to the afterlife. She saw Killmonger's spirit because she was so fused with hatred over her brother's death. And so now you know, though she got over those feelings by forgiving Namor, she's probably still going to be a more edgier Black Panther than T'Challa, than Chadwick Boseman became in the movie in Black Panther, more like he was in Captain America Civil War. And like she says in this trailer, she's lost everything that matters to her. Her father, her brother, her mother, they all died. All she left is her family, her nephew, her sister. And, you know, we see shots of people who killed her mother, the who are the Tokon warriors, the Telecon warriors. And they so you know who they are. They're the undersea people that Namor rules over. But first we see Namora, and who's one of Namor's most trusted warriors. But before we can pan across the other Telecon and rest on Namor himself, we see him chilling. And there's a few things going on. You see them like traveling in something that kind of looks like an airship, but we know they don't have any sort of like aerial, you know, technology. Everything they had was underwater, and you know, so. But maybe they built some shit. Who knows? But we see him holding down the vibranium powered spear, chilling and shit with the vibranium spear. And you know, he's got the beard, which is different from him in the comic, because in the comic book also time runs out. That I've told you guys, it's Jonathan Hickman Time Runs Out comic. Okay, Namor plays a very important role with Reed Richards and Tony Stark and T'Challa. They're all called the Illuminati, and the group made the decision to stop the incursions by destroying another Earth and all the inhabitants of it to save their own. And so now Namor was a big part of that decision. He was really advocating killing billions of people to save their world. And if the Avengers kind of have a similar problem in this movie, you know, I think Namor is going to play that same kind of role. He'll advocate destroying other universes to save his people. And that'll make an interesting contrast with Reed Richards and Fantastic Four, First Steps. And because we saw Reed is 100% unwilling to make this kind of compromise. He could have offered up his son to save the entire planet, but he refused. And so, you know, we see Shuri narrating, and she's like, the king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife, and I have mine. And so this is kind of reminding us that M'Baku is king, not Shuri, and because she feels that she has another path. You know, the Black Panther is not the king of Wakanda. She wants to go be the Black Panther. And so, and this is the second trailer in a row where we got a mention of death or the afterlife, right? The first trailer that Stu was talking about with showed the new life. It showed little Steve, the baby. And then Thor's trailer was all about him praying for a chance to live long enough to see his daughter. And they were more about life. And then the X-Men trailer, you have Magneto and Professor X, and they're talking about, you know, about the manner in which they're going to die. And, you know, the question is, who will you be when your eyes close? You know, and all this building up to the idea that, you know, not everybody's going to make it out of this movie, right? This is not going to be one of these movies where it's all, you know, everyone lives and it's a big happy ending. You know, it's going to be like, think Infinity War, right? We had a bunch of deaths, right? So, but maybe not something like the snap where they're going to come right back in this case.
Yeah, because at the end of Black Panther, we know they separated the two, because when Baku came down and they were trying to do the ceremony thing, like he told them, Black Panther won't be here today. And he took the throne because they wanted to separate it, because they didn't want what happened with Killmonger to ever happen again. And
Right.
that's why they that's one of the main reasons why they separated. And like you said, Shuri, she just wanted to be, she didn't want to be king. She just wanted to try to get the Black Panther. That's their protector. That's who protects Wakanda. The king makes decisions and he does, you know, things for the people, but the Black Panther is the protector of Wakanda, all 5 kingdoms.
That's right. And but yeah, Grap said, I wonder why they didn't use someone else to play Doctor Doom. Shuri is Black Panther, right? Yeah, of course. Yeah, Shuri is definitely still Black Panther. Yeah, they used Robert Downey Jr. to play Doom because they're doing a multiversal thing like they did in the comic, where Reed Richards was another version of Doom. In this case, it's going to be a Tony Stark other version of Doom, but it's supposed to be a Tony Stark multiverse version that is Doom. That's why it's Robert Downey, because he's got to look like Tony Stark. It wasn't just some like nonsense maneuver of just some random, oh, we're just gonna pass this off, no one's gonna know. Like, no, it's a plot point. Which, yes, they chose that plot point conveniently, right, to use the star power of Downey, because the MCU, took a major shit since they lost the fucking formula or whatever their problem was. But hopefully, as time, they'll work it out and figure it out, because I think they're still figuring it out. But Shuri's talking about the king's responsibility to his people as a political leader. But Shuri's role as the Black Panther is the spiritual leader of her people, and she's the nation's direct conduit to Bast, the Panther goddess. And now in the comics, she's briefly Black Panther, and then she becomes a sorceress who then draws her powers from Bast. And maybe we'll see her make the same transition in the MCU, like when T'Challa Jr. gets older and he becomes Black Panther. Hopefully they do a damn time skip and we don't have to wait 10 years.
Because only the king really can be Black Panther. And Shuri,
but Shuri can move more into the realm of magic and sorcery if they do that. And this might happen in this movie because Dr. Doom is a sorcerer in the comics, and it's all about the
and because T'Challa had a son, he is the next heir to the throne.
Right.
And so that's the. But I did some research on that. The first Black Panther was actually from the Jabiri tribe. I never knew that. I was like, damn. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh. So it kind of went back to them with M'Baku being the next one, the next strongest one. That's why, like I said, at the end of the movie, when he's like, I ain't got no challengers, so he becomes king. He'd be like, well, I'm coming in. He's like, I'm king. I'm just gonna go in there and take over. That's why he was able to do what he did at the end of the movie. He paid attention. He asked, and nobody want to challenge me for king, because that's what that whole ceremony. It's not to be the Black Panther. It's to be king. Anybody from the 5 tribes can be king. They just got to fight for it. The major perk that comes with it is you're the Black Panther. You're also the protector. Right. And it's also because their mom was, I forget what tribe she was from. She was from a different tribe, and the Black Panther's father was from one of the other tribes. So they all get to pick and choose, but they just got to put up a warrior. Nobody put up a warrior against M'Baku, so he's king.
Right. Yep. And this variant of Tony Stark's has taught himself magic, just like the Doctor Strange character did in the MCU. And so here we see in the next shot, we see Shuri walking with King M'Baku in the door of the and the door of Malage, sorry. And we finally get our crossover moment. We have M'Baku walks up. All right, bro, that's what's up. M'Baku walks up and bumps into, and we see him meet up with Ben Grimm here like this. And so that's the first introduction where they kind of come together. Fantastic Four and Wakanda. The Black Panther's first appearance was in Fantastic Four number 52. That's the first appearance of Black Panther. So it's very fitting and obvious why they're linking the Black Panther and Fantastic Four in this trailer. That's what's up, bro. Appreciate you. And so, they do that, and I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. It's a great throwback. It makes me know that someone there is paying attention and knows something and knows what's going on. So, but it's dope. And appropriately, this comic took place right after Fantastic Four fights Galactus. You see, so they just fought Galactus. Now They're with Black Panther. This shit is not lost on me. But here's a couple like higher res images from the trailer. It was like this image that we looked at and this image and stuff like that. But this is the more high res version here I got.
And a lot of that makes sense too, because a lot of the hardcore fans do bring this up and they do ask these questions. Like they're like, "Why don't you follow the story that we got in the comic? Why are you changing it?" And then they'll be the first ones to drill in on that. They'll be like, "Oh, well, it didn't happen like that in the comic." They want to see what happened in the comic on the big screen. That's the whole point of doing it. To the hardcore fan, the casual fan could care that they don't. They'll like it because they don't know what it is, so they'll accept it. So you got to do it for the hardcore fans because that's what they expect.
It is, man. It's what we deserve, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot going on in the trailer, and you know we'll see it. But what will likely happen is the same thing that occurred with the previous leaks. Marvel will be forced to release the 4K version of the latest trailer to try and soften the blow from it being leaked ahead of their intended release date. But I don't know if they only fucking knew or could figure it out that they could have avoided all this by you know taking a page from James Gunn with Supergirl and Woman of Tomorrow. The trailer released early in December. Or from the general rule of thumb when it comes to releasing movie trailers in a world where everything leaks anyway, you know, and they wouldn't, you know, find their rabid fan base discovering and creating ways to undercut their profit plan. But you know, in a perfect world,
Only in a perfect world.
only in a perfect world. But yes, this trailer has some other connotations. I mean, it kind of may be set in a location that's key to the multiversal saga. So while you know it has shit to do with time, it's all about that multiverse, which you know this is all kind of like was a Kang story that they had to save and salvage and turn into this other plan. So they got to make it align with all the multiverse stuff that the Kang stuff was doing, and so. But Hickman's incursions, Hickman's Avengers is the perfect comic to do it with. And but yeah. A lot of shit going on earlier today when we saw our the beyond the costumes, the new costumes, the confirmation that M'Baku is now king of Wakanda, Namor's return, and the surprise appearance from the Thing. The setting of this Avengers Doomsday is kind of this trailer rather is kind of telling. It looks like a lot of the scenes playing out in the void, right? That sparse desert like setting. The TVA dumping ground and all that. So you know, are they in the desert? Are they in the TVAs? Whatever, we'll find out. But there's some leaks and some plot shenanigans going on. My man said this version never felt like Submariner, but he's more like a menacing as a villain. Well, one little known fact about Submariner, about Namor, is he was kind of an anti-hero in a lot of stories. Some stories he was with Cap fighting the Nazis, but other stories he was literally destroying cities as revenge against the land people, you know, for hurting the sea. So he's fought heroes, like he's been an anti-hero for sure, almost a bad guy in a lot of comics.
Especially against the Fantastic Four. He literally fought them a lot.
Yeah. But as for these leaks and as for the stuff that we may not know about, my big homie Derpy coming in here and chopping it up with us. What up, Derp?
What's up, gentlemen? How are we?
What's going on,
chilling. What's good? What you got? You got the goods?
I sent them to you, but I don't know if you. I mean, I could pull them up or read them. But
what'd you do? Send them where? Like to my email or to
Instagram?
What? Instagram?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's a nice hoodie you got on there, Dirt.
Yeah, my grandma got it for me.
Yeah, you look good. You look good in it, man. You look really good in it. Man.
Yeah. All right. Grap said, "Are they still doing Mighty Racks? What up? Peace. Salute. Said, are they still doing Secret Wars? I asked because I have a lot of heroes in this. They do. And yes, they are. It's Avengers Doomsday, and then the sequel is Avengers Secret Wars. Much like we had Avengers Infinity Wars and Avengers Endgame, it's that kind of end of the wave two-parter that they're doing. They're trying to repeat that success they had without the build-up, so it's not going to be the same, but they're trying with all their gimmicks and tricks. But yes, they are still doing Secret Wars.
And don't forget Spider-Man. We'll get Spider-Man in what, May or something like that. So we're definitely gonna get a little something in there. Yeah, June. So we'll get a little something in Spider-Man, yeah, to hype us up about Doomsday. So we just don't know what yet.
Avengers Doomsday set to have a runtime of 3 hours and 45 minutes, including the end credits. That is the rumor, one of the rumors that Derpy is showing us now.
So
what else? You said multiversal. Did you send this in order? Is this?
Yeah, it's all in order. It's all in order.
The top is the first one, or the bottom is the first? Top is the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's like cut off.
Sorry.
Okay, wait. No, I can see it. According to the according to the leak, the true origin of the multiversal collapse isn't Kang. It's Steve Rogers. When Steve went back in time at the end of Endgame and chose to stay there, he unknowingly triggered a chain of incursions across realities. Every altered timeline began crashing into others. This is very much in alignment with Hickman's Avengers and the Illuminati story I was just telling you about, that Namor and Black Panther and everybody's a big part of, and the incursions where the different, the different multiverses were basically colliding and destroying each other. They decided if they just blew up the one that was coming towards them and destroyed it, they wouldn't get fucked up. And so they were like sacrificing billions, and they had this big, decision to make. But yes, Steve Rogers going back, he had to go back to a time when the Steve Rogers of that time probably died in the war or something like that, because couldn't have two Steves running around. Stu said that there was a rumor that he went back and like told the Steve that was there to go back to this one, which wouldn't really be cool, because that Steve wouldn't be a seasoned Cap. He'd just be some guy in the past that was just like
if you know about time travel.
No, I mean the young Steve, the guy when he went back and met the young Steve, he would just be young Steve back then.
When young Steve met old Steve, or if he got old, the Steve that went back wouldn't age. The Steve that's from that timeline would age. He would come back old. The young Steve stayed. The old Steve. So young Steve.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, because he's out of time. So he's out of time and space. He can't age in a different time.
He wouldn't come to the future and get old.
No,
he's old because he aged that way. So yeah,
it wouldn't. Yeah.
That theory wouldn't work. Grap, what up?
What up, y'all?
What's up?
Grap, what up?
It's been a minute, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, too long, man.
Yeah.
How you been, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I just wanted to pop in.
Happy New Year, fam.
Avengers, and then when y'all get to that hip hop, I'm gonna talk about what I'm up to. You know what I mean?
Oh, word.
Word.
Yeah.
We hip hop fans. So we always want some hip hop in our veins.
Shout out to Slade Wilson, 8014, I think it is.
8014, yep.
Yeah, 8014, yeah.
Paul, what up?
Paul Morales, what up?
Salute. So the rest of this says Steve Rogers goes back, stayed there, which triggered the chain of incursion events that started crashing and fucking shit up. And one of the biggest victims, Victor Von Doom. This version of Dr. Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr., comes from a 31st century timeline where he ruled Latveria as a monarch. He was married to Sue Von Storm. He had 2 children, Franklin and Valeria, with Sue Von Storm. He had already discovered the multiverse, but the incursions, caused indirectly by Steve Rogers, wiped out his entire universe, his family, his kingdom, his reality. And this is not a mustache-twirling villain. This is a grieving god. The opening scene, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man loses his world. The movie allegedly opens from the point of view of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. The sky tears apart and reality collapses. A portal opens at the final second, dragging Toby Spider-Man into the multiverse. No heroic music, no victory, just loss. Doom's master manipulation begins. Doom slaughters the Council of Doom, enters the
That means
MCU.
Kang, not Doom. It meant
Yeah, I think you typo there. Yeah, slaughters the Council of Kangs, which will explain where Kang went. Shark Eyes. Oh, what up? He so slaughters the Council of Kangs, enters the MCU, right, into the 616 version of the MCU. Uses the fact that he looks like Tony Stark of the 616 MCU to manipulate the heroes who have a love for their lost dead brothers. Tony revives Wanda Maximoff using Franklin Richards, all god power. Promises Wanda her children will come back on Battle World. This Doom doesn't conquer with armies, he conquers with hope. Grap, what happened? We lost you. He'll be back, I'm sure. The Fox Earth depiction, X-Men versus Avengers. Okay, so here we go. It says only 3 Earths remain: the 616, the 828, and the Earth 10005, the Fox X-Men universe.
My bad. I hit
Doom. You good, bro. So Doom sends Doombots to attack the X Mansion, frames the MCU as the aggressor, promises Magneto. Okay?
I just wanted to butt in.
No, please.
Technically, that first line with setting the bot like Doom bots. I think it's it's either Sentinels or Doom bots. I think that's what we got in the trailer.
I was just gonna say remember how I said earlier that these Sentinels could be Doom's Doombots, but like his version of Sentinels. And that so it could be like these could be giant Sentinels, but they could be green. You know what I mean? Like they could be Doombots / Sentinels for that we don't know. But this is the Fox X-Men universe that we see those Sentinels in. So we'll see how that shakes out. But it says here in this theory, Grap, what's up?
real quick. So what's in that yellow circle is what, a foot of a Sentinel?
2 feet walking.
2 feet.
Like if you look, here's the foot coming into the frame. You can kind of see the leg of the other leg, and then it takes another step, and there's the 2 legs. You see them like one of the right foot is on fire, and then the other foot is like down planted, and the other foot is in the air.
All right, I'm gonna look at that.
Yeah, that's the Sentinels for sure. But if, like I say, whether they're Sentinels or a version of Doombots, an MCU thing, an amalgamation, we'll see. But it says here, Doombots sent to attack the X Mansion frames the MCU as the aggressor, right? The MCU Avengers, basically. So this is Doom manipulating. So basically, Doom is the master manipulator. He doesn't like lead armies into battle. He manipulates 2 motherfucking armies to go against each other for his ends, right? So here's what he's done. He sent the Doombots to the X-Men's universe, framing the Avengers from the MCU as the culprit. And so the Fox X-Men come to fight the Avengers, and we have Avengers versus X-Men, a la Hickman, a la MCU. It says promises Magneto a mutant nation. We know of Krakoa, a la Hickman, bringing back to House of X, Powers of X on Battle World. So an MCU mix-up of Krakoa, Battle World, the promise of a utopia and X-Men. It all falls together. This is an interesting thing. Gains the trust of Professor X. So this leads to Avengers versus X-Men, Century versus Professor X. Professor X steals Cerebro. Franklin teleports him away. Classic Doom. No one realizes the truth until it's too late. Doom versus the TVA and the Multiversal Avengers. Doom tracks Loki to the end of time, while Loki leaves the TVA to speak with Steve Rogers.
Sorry.
You good. Doom invades the TVA, massacres everyone, destroys the organizations entirely. He then defeats the Multiversal Avengers lineup, including Deadpool, Wolverine, Gambit, X-23, Toby and Andrew, Spider-Man, McAvoy's Professor X, Fassbender's Magneto. Wow. So they're saying Deadpool, Wolverine, Gambit, X-23, the Toby version, the Andrew version of Spider-Man, the young version of Professor X, the young version of Magneto, all get fucked up by Doom. It's possible, and it kind of makes sense because these are all characters that can't really continue in the MCU's grand scheme of their plans and things. So This works.
So,
So Derpy,
Doom,
on you, bro.
Doom has
Oh, go
mastery
ahead.
of time.
There's one more page, I
The
believe.
Doomsday movie, he's gonna
Is
have
there?
mastery of time.
Yeah, I think I said one more page.
Oh
You
yeah,
say what?
you're right. So I'm
And
sorry,
that's
Grap.
actually
What
the most.
happened?
Sorry.
I was asking, is Doom gonna have mastery of like time
Mm,
travel in Doomsday?
I
Oh
believe
yes,
so.
yes, sir.
I
Because
believe
that's
so.
now
Like
we
he
were
can
saying
travel
earlier.
through
No,
multiverses?
we were saying earlier, Grab. If you look at the Avengers movies, the A
Mm-hmm.
on all
Mm-hmm.
of them that says Avengers, it's a different color, but
You
each one
talking about yeah,
yeah, each
representing
one
each
represents the
planet.
stone. Yeah, it represents one of the Infinity Stones. So the green one is on this one. The green is time, which means,
Okay.
like you said, he'll be able to go through different times and
Yeah.
travel through there. It's going to be about time travel. So
Time
time
travel.
travel is
Well,
going to be the big thing
and
in
another
this
Okay.
movie.
thing, like these X-Men, like in the Fox universe, like they're older now, right? These actors and shit. So I'm wondering, like, they're not trying to de-age them and shit. We saw, McClellan looking like Gandalf the Grey and shit. So I mean, Marsden's looking old as he really is. So like, is this just later in the future in the Fox universe? How they work with that, with the time travel and all that. It's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
It is. It really is.
so yes, Derpy, there is one more page. I'm gonna read that, and then I'm gonna let you break it down. All right.
Shit,
Fine.
this
This
movie
is a
comes
long
out.
one.
This movie
So
comes out
what
Wednesday,
you're
December what?
reading right now, is that like leaked information or
Yes. This is
okay.
leaked plot information that has not been revealed by Marvel or anybody
Oh wow.
officially.
Oh wow.
So yeah, you heard it here first. All
Okay.
right. Then we
So
have okay, wait, no, I think that is everything. No, that hold
No,
on,
I said
unless
one
there's
more. I think.
all right, let me see. There it is. There it is hiding. All right, the final battle.
The
The
final
final
page
battle.
is probably the most. Um.
This is the most revealing shit right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. The final battles and absolute chaos. Some of the most insane moments from the leak. All
mm,
right. Steve Rogers lifts Stormbreaker, not Mjolnir. We saw that already, but Stormbreaker's the big axe.
mm,
Doom absorbs the void from Sentry and kills him.
mm-mm.
Crazy
Damn.
connotation right there. The void is like one of the craziest, most powerful beings in all of Marvel. So they're basically doing that to like show you how crazy and powerful this Doom is.
Mm,
That's what that's about.
mm,
Doomsday kills Professor X. They're talking
mm.
about Doom don't kill, which how many times is he gonna die? I don't know. It's like they killed this man a bunch of times. Wanda kills Jean Grey.
Wow.
Jean transfers the Phoenix Force to Wolverine. Phoenix
Wow.
Wolverine. Doom kills Thor in front of Loki.
Wow.
Multiversal villain team called the Cabal attacks remaining Earths. The Cabal's Superior Iron Man, Captain Hydra, Maestro Hulk, and King Thanos. These are four of the most craziest, powerful characters in Marvel. Well, Captain Hydra, I mean, that's just Captain America, but he's like the evil version. He's been a Hydra agent the whole time. Superior Iron Man, they were saying was going to be Tom Cruise. Obviously, it won't. But there you go. Like that's, and then the last thing it says, Doctor Strange betrays everyone. With no options left, Doctor Strange switches sides, not out of evil, out of necessity. Doom wins. Screen cuts to black. We wait for Secret Wars.
Wow.
I mean, bro,
And
that's
I was
crazy.
wondering about Secret Wars because they're using so many heroes in this movie, but
Right.
they're
Yeah.
killing off a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, they're killing off a lot of them, but they're also not talking about a bunch of characters that Marvel has already done, like your Kamala Khans and your Riri's and Kate Bishop and all of those,
Mhm.
all the women characters, Captain Marvel and there's like 15 of them. None of them have been
So
mentioned. Like
Captain
there's a
Marvel
whole
she doesn't show up in Doomsday. Captain Marvel, neither does Photon.
don't know.
Oh,
Not mentioned. They're not mentioned. We
oh,
don't. We've not been told that. So, and we've been told about, like you said, like 15 characters. So or more. So it'd be crazy if there was more in this movie. But obviously, they're saving some characters for Secret Wars. And
mhm.
here's the thing. I'm the only like yes, it's Fox X-Men, not MCU X-Men. It's already Fox X-Men like used characters that we already know and shit, but they're bringing them on to kill them. They're bringing them on as fodder, right? So it's okay. It's okay that these are Fox X-Men. We're just using them as fodder because we don't want to kill our own X-Men in the Avengers vs. X-Men movie that we're making. So it's fine. I fuck with it.
I'm gonna say
So
this.
Derby, yeah, bust it.
All these leaks, all these plot leaks were gathered by sources over time. So it's not necessarily. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I've
Right.
heard and seen is that it's gathered over time
Mm,
from sources.
mhm.
So take it with a grain of
Gotcha.
salt, but it could be
Yeah.
real. So
Yeah,
and if
no,
it
no
is
doubt.
real, and if it is real, this has completely changed my view on Avengers Doomsday from from anticipation
In what way?
tone.
You're more anticipated now. You're more excited
Tone.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
tone.
Yeah, you said
Tone.
the tone. Yeah, yeah.
So how did you feel it was gonna be, and how do you feel it's different?
I feel
Like the
like
tone,
I just feel like it was gonna be a mess,
right?
and it
Mm,
maybe not take the risk to kill off characters
mm.
and like fake them out like Infinity War.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Infinity War, the what do you call it? The blip, the snap, the fake out deaths that they just came back in the next movie. I think they know better to try that shit again. So they had to bring on some characters they could kill
Right.
that would also have stakes and we'd care about. Fox X-Men.
A lot of people care about Fox X-Men.
A lot of people care a
Too
lot
many.
about Fox X-Men.
Too many.
Everyone, you know what? Here's the crazy part. Fans might backlash Marvel if they, like I mean they've seen it multiple times, but baiting wise, you know what I mean, for nostalgia and money and all that, they may backlash Marvel for it.
Let's see.
Well,
MCU tried to course correct to please fans. Feel bad for black characters. They going to get pushed to the back. Black characters get pushed to the back. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I will say one more thing though.
Yeah.
If that rumor is true about the runtime,
yeah.
like 100% true, all those leaks are true.
Right.
Because you need a film that much of a runtime to fill all that in.
What is the runtime? Like 3 hours?
3 hours and 45 minutes they're talking about.
Damn near
a 4 hour movie.
Damn near 4 hours.
That's not confirmed. That's
not
a
confirmed,
rumor.
but that's
That's a
just a
rumor.
rumor.
That's a
It
rumor.
could be cut down a little bit, but my guess, if that's all the rumor, if that's all the leaks that are happening, you got to have a runtime that long.
Yeah, if that plot that we just read is actually happening, they would need at least 3 hours and 45 minutes to play all that out.
That's a lot.
But
man.
Zack Snyder.
every Lord of the Rings movie was that long.
The extended versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But Peter Jackson.
Those are the only ones I count. Like I don't.
Yeah, but Peter Jackson said that he had to cut it because he said I wasn't sure if people were going to be comfortable sitting in the theater for 3 hours.
Well, the
So he
studio
said
made him cut it because they weren't.
Yeah,
sure.
they weren't sure. But he said when they released them on Blu-ray, that's why they put out the extended. The extended cuts are the way the movie was supposed to be.
I was gonna say I don't call them extended cuts. I call the other ones the cuts.
Right.
Like these are the actual. The extended cut is just the real cut. When they say director's cut, that's the fucking real movie.
That's the real movie. That's the movie in its entirety. Yeah. Yeah.
Aren't they
Yeah.
supposed to be re-released?
What?
What's supposed to be released?
Lord of the Rings trilogy? I thought they was being re-released.
Oh, like
Probably
a
on Blu-ray.
Anniversary.
Probably on Blu-ray. Yeah, extended cuts
Yeah,
on
like
Blu-ray.
I'm in
like
theaters.
Like in
I hope
theaters?
so.
Oh, I haven't heard
I
that.
go see
That'd
him.
be dope.
Listen, you can show me the hobbits just walking in the landscape, singing songs and just walking. I can watch that all day.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go watch it. I'll go back and watch it again. I love Lord of the Rings. I love those movies, man. You can show me Gandalf just standing there talking spells or just giving out knowledge to the hobbits. I wouldn't even give it that. I'll go watch it. I'm gonna watch all of that.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because in the comics, like the incursions and the way this whole shit plays out, and like I'm really impressed that they're even touching Jonathan Hickman's stories, like, and the Fantastic Four and the Doomsday and all that, and the Avengers versus X-Men. Like, it's all Secret Wars is a Hickman story. It's all Jonathan Hickman. And what did I always used to say, bro? Before, and I said, bro, if they would just start fucking using Hickman
Bro, we've been
stories,
saying it. We've been saying on the channel for years. We're like, look,
and here
put
they
them on
are.
screen. Put
I
those
said,
stories on
if
screen.
they just fucking made them stories in the movies, it would be a wrap. Like, them stories are already movies on paper. But so the comic does provide some clues to it. So whenever an incursion was about to incur, there was an incursion point, right? And a single area in each of the colliding Earths from which the other Earth was seen approaching. And the skies inside the incursion point are usually colored red, but is that what we're looking at here? And so and it's also worth noting that during one of these incursions, Namor used a device that destroyed the approaching world to save his own. The king of Atlantis killing untold billions didn't exactly sit well with the rest of the Illuminati, and something similar might play out in Doomsday. Something might lead up to, or be part of one of the catalysts of war. But this is far from the only talking point kind of thing about comics in this teaser, with the Shuri and Namor and M'Baku thing and the Thing all being in the same place points to team up. And that finally brings together the Black Panther and Fantastic Four in live action, which we know, again, Black Panther started in Fantastic Four. So plus, if this is the Void, it could be anywhere. It could be, where we encounter the rumored T'Challa variant to set, to debut in this movie. And then the third teaser with X-Men, Russo brothers, directing Avengers Doomsday from a screenplay by Stephen McFeely, with whom they previously collaborated on Captain America and Avengers franchises, Loki and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Michael Waldron is also working on the script. So Doomsday looks like it's not going to be like a lot of people feared, this big jumbled fucked up amalgamation of fan service and like I don't know, people thought it was gonna be like a 3-hour Deadpool and Wolverine movie or something, where it was just all these like weird crazy shits just trying to cram all these characters in or something. But it's actually going to be a really well done thing based on just the people that are working on it. And then these leaks, man, I'm telling you, if it's anything like that, it's gonna be dope. December 18th, 2026, and then Secret Wars December 17th, 2027.
It's a long time, man. It's a year between these movies.
But yeah, it's a long wait. So we're just talking about it right now, and these sparsely spaced out trailers and little teasers are a good way to keep hype up about something that's a year away, which that's some new shit. Oh, Derpy, man, peace, man. I guess he had to bounce out. My bad. I didn't see the. Okay, yeah, no, anytime, bro. You're always welcome. You know that. Thank you for the info, dog. Yeah, straight up. Da-da-da. But yeah, so
real quick on another.
I was gonna say, yeah.
You all know that Thundar is the Barbarian is on Tubi now.
Nah.
Yeah, Thundar the Barbarian, Silver Hawks.
I'll be watching that. I'll be watching that all day. I watch a lot of Tubi now, man. I'm hooked on Tubi. To be honest with you.
Mr. T, the cartoon, is on there too.
Really? I own all those joints on DVD.
I'll be watching all them shits on the bootleg sites.
Yeah, I got them joints on DVD. I got Thundar, Silverhawks. Well, I got Thundar on Blu-ray. But the rest of them, I got them joints on DVD. Yeah.
I need Thundar.
Check out a website. Yeah, bro. Check out a website called Flixmomo. FLIXMOMO.org.
Okay.
Check it out. All kind of TV shows and movies. And then if you like anime shit, it's one called
I even got
9animetv.to. like just the number 9 animetv.to. All every fucking anime, every episode, old shit, new shit, every shit, all the shit, anything
Check
you can
that out.
imagine,
Check
bro.
that out. Yeah, because I even got banana splits on
Oh,
DVD.
wow. Classic. I want Barbara's World of Super Adventure. That's what I want.
I've been
See,
trying to find those. I used to like that, man. I used to love that, man.
Hmm.
I got Space Stars, all of that.
Oh, wow.
everything, bro.
Oh, wow. That's the
Any,
Momo joint.
anything you can imagine, that's the anime joint.
Oh, that's the anime joint.
That's the what? Oh, Nine Anime. That's the website,
Yeah,
9anime.com.
Nine
this,
Anime
yeah, this is
TV.
the Momo joint.
T.O. you said?
Momo, the anime 9, yeah, 9 anime tv.to.
And what's the Momo joint? What's that?
Flixmomo.org. FLIXMOMO.org. And this is what it looks like right here. You got movies right there, you got TV shows right here. But you can just click TV shows, popular, recent, top rated. Shit, you can go animation.
What you said? 9animetv.to.
Yep. Watch 1980. Let's see if they got any old school shit. 1970.
And you said
Doraemon.
Flix Momo, right? Like FLIX.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. Check that
old
out.
school shit. They got Smurfs from 1981.
Oh, wow.
Master Universe from 83. Transformers from 84.
Wow.
Robotech and Thundercats from 85.
See that.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Silverhawks from
That's the
86.
anime joint?
No, this is Flix Momo.
Oh, wow.
Turtles and DuckTales. This is all American animation in this one.
Oh,
Garfield
wow.
and Friends. Hell no, Rescue Rangers, Tiny Toons, Super Mario 3, Darkwing Duck, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, Batman animated series, X-Men the animated series, all the fire. That's crazy. But yeah, man, X-Men, he said 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. Peace. EGC, what up? Salute. So on the hip hop tip, man, what you got going, Grap?
So on the hip hop tip, as you all know, I was a member of a group called I, and it was actually 30 years ago this year when we released our single, Faking Jacks, and our album.
Oh shit.
Oh,
We lost him.
Saying all of that to say,
Okay.
we are trying to we have gotten together, we've done a show just Saturday on the 3rd. We did a show in New York. It went
Dope.
really well. So we
Yeah.
are in the process of attempting to re-release the album.
Uh-huh.
Also, we're trying to do a 30th anniversary tour, you know what I mean, inside the US and outside the US, you know what I mean? So I is coming forward again, you know what I mean?
That's dope, bro. Yeah, bro.
30th
And
anniversary.
it's the perfect time, man. It's the perfect time, bro.
Yes,
Right
yes.
now, everybody loving it, going back to the
Everybody
essence
starving.
and
We going back because we
starving for real
starving.
hip hop.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey, we starving for real hip hop.
And even with that, yeah, like the nostalgic artists are getting it, their love right now. And
Exactly. That's what I'm
even
saying.
like the state of hip hop, you know what I mean, has been tremendously shifted with that whole battle situation. You know what I mean? There's
Mm-hmm.
been a tremendous shift in hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Absolutely.
we haven't been really exposed to our audience, the audience that really check for us. We haven't been exposed
Yeah.
to them, fully. You know what I mean? So it'll be like a brand new thing for a lot of people. So I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to a dope year this year.
Oh yeah.
music stuff and stuff.
Damn right. Yeah, man. Keep us posted, bro. We definitely want to, you know what I'm saying, be involved or at least showcase or anything you got, man. Let us know, man. If you definitely want to come on and promote, whatever.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, bro.
That's the deal right here. You know what I mean? Letting people know, be on
Yep.
the look. You know what I mean? I is coming through. You could check Robbo's Instagram page, Bobby Cypher.
Mm.
I think we have an I page on Instagram, I Music. I think it's on Instagram, but I know Robbo has a page, Bobby Cypher. My homie has a page, Taz at knows a little about a lot. He got like
Mm.
videos and stuff from the show. I post on Twitter. Have named me Grap on Twitter. I post on there. I've posted some pictures from the show. So the show we did, it was Chi Ali, I, Sadat X, and Ultramagnetic closed the show.
Dope. EGC
Yeah.
said Faking Jacks was classic. Slade said
Yeah.
definitely a classic. Got the single and the album. For those who don't know, Mount Vernon, right? How was it involved with Heavy D? Like,
Have is my cousin.
mm,
Yeah, Have is my cousin. And the producer of Faking Jacks is my brother, Pete Rock.
Pete Rock, your brother,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the legendary Pete Rock is
Yeah.
special.
Who's a crazy Hulk fan, a crazy
Yeah,
Marvel
yeah.
fan.
Head,
Yep. I mean,
very upset about the current uh state of the Hulk in in the movies and the MCU.
very much and very vocal about it. Always on Instagram. You
Yeah,
definitely in the conversation, bro. He's not with what's going on with the MCU, and I don't
fact,
blame him.
fact.
Rest in hip hop, Heavy D, artist
Yeah,
bomb.
no doubt. So yeah, so 30 years, we're gonna try to respark. We're going to respark it. We're not gonna try. We're gonna respark it. Get it popping. You know what I mean? Give the
Hell yeah.
fans what they always wanted, what we weren't able to give them 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Because we had some internal situations with ourselves.
Mm,
Men have to become men. You know what I mean?
true.
We're still, so as we now be our men, we overstand there's a mission to be done. You know what I mean? And there are fans who deserve to see and hear what we, see and hear a presentation of the music that we presented back then.
Yeah.
And we're gonna add some new stuff to it, you know what I mean, to kind of spice up the album. So it's not gonna be the album that people got with the bootleg. We're gonna do the original album, the real one that we made. You know what I
Okay.
mean? The real album, the name of it is The Life I Live. So
Right.
the album's out now, the Center of Attention album. That's the bootleg joint. So, but we're
Okay.
gonna do the real album, The Life I Live, with all the interludes and everything. So, yeah,
Man,
soon
that's
come.
dope, man.
Soon come.
Slade said hip hop needs to get away from corporate and get back to the streets and the fans.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
happening, bro.
do DTC, man. You know what I mean? Direct to consumer. You know what I mean? We're gonna
Yeah.
do our best to do that.
He's
That's
right.
where we at right now, grassroots. We got some merch. You know what I mean? Some I hoodies and stuff like that. Robbo got some Rocket Science T-shirts and stuff like that because he got a single out called Rocket Science. He did with this guy named Lex from France. The dude Lex produced it. So he got that single out there. I think it's on DSPs, if I'm not mistaken. But
Oh.
yeah, you know what I mean? Just trying to
Yeah.
get back to work. You know what I mean? I've been working on my beats and stuff. So yeah.
That's what they doing now. Like album sales now, because everything went to streaming and shit. So now they sell albums like $100, $125 an album. Like you see Nas and Preem, that shit is like $125 for the record and shit. But that's how
Mhm.
they do it now. Cause they figured out if I sell, 10,000 or 20,000 records at $125 a pop and it's all my money, shit. Fuck 1,000,000 streams for $1 or whatever, and I get 10
You
cents,
mean a
5
million
cents.
streams for a penny? Million streams for a penny.
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean, a penny, not a dollar.
streaming was so bad for those of y'all that didn't know. Congress had to pass a law saying that they had to pay them at least a penny. They were paying artists a half a penny a
Yes.
song, a stream. The CEO of Spotify not the owner, not the maker, not the creator of Spotify, made $1 billion in 1 year, and he made more money than the artist streaming. So if you get a penny a stream and you do 1 million streams, that's only $10,000.
Which,
So
if
these
that's
artists
just his
started
little
to,
niche business, that's cool. But it took over the industry. Now it's the fucking music industry. Now you're controlling the music. That's where every artist is outlet. Now they gotta go through you and get your 1 cent. I mean, when he started, his idea was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a website and sell my shit." But now, if you want to compete, with this, with the young kids in the industry and all that, and have all the hype and all that, you got to play that game, and it's But the old heads and the OGs and the hip hop cats, they figured out, the hustle. Of course, they invented the hustle.
Well, they had to get their
sell the damn albums for $100 something dollars. Sign them bitches, make them collector's pieces. Because now physical music is a collector's item. If you got cassettes from back in the day, especially if they're unopened, thousands of dollars they're going for on eBay.
Yeah, and you got
if you got an unopened like Purple Tape or Illmatic or something.
Yeah, and you got to digitize your music, like Eric Summer was saying. I watched the interview with him, and he was saying that he digitized EPMD's whole catalog because he said it wasn't digitized. So he said, how people gonna listen to it or go back to it? Or he said, how's an old head, like, he might have lost all his CDs, his tapes. How you gonna get the music again if I ain't digitize it? And so he said he made sure that EPMD got they got a good deal on their streaming, and he put their music out on. He made them. They got a Bandcamp page, everything. So he said, "There's no way you can't go and get EPMD's music." And he said, "I did that because I wanted to bring us into the modern day age. Look how they tried to jerk De La Soul for the longest. They had to take them to court so they can get money for their streams. They were playing like the record company was solely making money on De La Soul wasn't because back when they signed their deal, they didn't sign a deal for streaming rights, and a lot of record companies got over on that. So there's like, well, your deal is for physical media, not digital media, and that's a whole nother contract. And that's how they were getting over. Only the smartest artists, figured that out and went and got their money.
Yep. And I was watching a video somewhere where it was like this dude was naming artists who basically can take their publishing back because the deal or whatever they're in is the time was up on it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There's a few artists who would name that say, yo, time to go get your publishing back. You know what I mean? He was naming a couple.
And then you got to be careful as an artist too, because in the music industry, they'll kill you for your catalog. We know that. Look at Michael Jackson, owned 95% of Sony Music when he died.
Prince.
Look at Prince. Well, Prince was a different deal. Prince would never let them stream his music. His stance was, you want my music, you buy it, you pay for it. I'm gonna get my money. But also look at R. Kelly. Locked him up. Now he can't do anything but sit in jail, and they're making money off his music if it's getting played or whatever. I mean, the catalogs in itself, like Otis Redding, all like
same shit.
You go back, the Beatles, like just go back. Listen, they will kill you for your catalog. They will do anything to make money off of that music.
Mike owned that Beatles catalog too.
Mike bought that. Yeah, he bought that. He owned 95% of Sony Music when he died, when he passed. 95%. That's a lot, bro. That's a lot. And he was just making money off of that. Mike didn't have to make another album. And then remember too, Mike said he wasn't doing pop no more. Remember he said that. He said, I'm going back to R&B. I ain't doing pop no more. I'm about to he's about to do his own little thing with music and everything. That's a lot of money people missing out if Mike go back to R&B.
Dead than alive.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, music industry's deep. Real deep.
Yeah, it does, man.
It's
very powerful. It's a powerful medium.
Yeah. Look how long Puffy hurt the Locks career by boycotting their name and all that. Kept their name, kept their music. They had to switch their name to D Block. That hurt them. That hurt them a lot. And he was unwilling to let it go because he was mad because they left. Let them go. They don't want to, whatever deal y'all made out, look, let them give you 1 or 2 more albums and then let them go. Why you he wanted to hold on to them and their name.
Mhm.
So yeah, we know it. They'll do you dirty in the music business for your catalog and to get your music.
Mhm.
Mm.
Definitely.
That's
So
the
this
Mandalorian. That's the Mandalorian sound right there that I just
That's
did.
the man.
That's the Mandalorian right there. New look at Mandalorian and Grogu. So there you see little Mando and Grogu, little Grogu on his shoulder from the new movie. A bit of imagery.
Now, Grap, are you gonna re-release Sounds of Mount Vernon?
Oh boy, I got spider. What you say, bro?
You gonna re-release Sounds of Mount Vernon?
I want to remaster it and re-release it. Yeah.
Mm,
Hold,
that would
hold
be
on.
dope.
Give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Hmm.
Thank you, guys.
Sounds of Mount Vernon is fire.
Yeah, we got quite a few movies coming out this year, man. I want to see. We even got a new Mario movie coming out. I'm kind of interested in. But this is the first Star Wars movie we're gonna get in a long. We got what? How many years has it been since we had a Star Wars movie?
Long time, Jack.
A long
Long
time, man.
time.
This is a long. And then we got what? Two slated. We got the X-wing joint, and we got Mandalorian. So we're not doing too bad. Star Wars.
Well, you know,
We're not doing too bad on Star Wars right now.
we'll see. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star.
I want to
Yo,
remaster.
yo, Grap.
Yeah.
Who is Andy Pew Pew?
Who?
Andy Pew Pew.
Andy Pew Pew?
Look, this is his page, and look at it. Look what he got on his page. Grap Lover, Sounds of Mount Vernon, full album.
Wow. No, I don't know that person. That's
You don't
wild.
know that person?
No.
Whoa. King of Sound Spurs Village said, I wish Grap would keep making beats.
Yeah.
After hearing this, some of those I honestly feel he's just as good as Pete. They say you just as good as Pete, Grap.
Oh, wow.
That's dope. He said that's some real hip hop. He said he was taught well.
Well, if you want to give Grap his just dues, don't listen to it on YouTube. Go on Bandcamp. I'm quite sure Grap has a Bandcamp page. Buy the album and stream it unlimitedly through there, and you'll always have it. It's the same thing as Spotify or whatever. But Grap get his dues for the album, man. You know what I mean? He might be inspired to keep putting stuff out. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. You gotta. That's just why you gotta pay. It's art. Music is art. You gotta pay the artist for what they do. You know what I mean? So I got Grap's album off of Bandcamp.
Money, but yeah, I wouldn't mind some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I got Grap's album. I got it off of Bandcamp. It's in my Bandcamp collection, and that's how I listen to it. That's how I get down.
I
And
like to throw it on the record player.
I got a digital copy in FLAC on my hard drive. And when I want to, I can download it, listen to it in my car, wherever I want. My MP3 player. Start buying DAT players. I'm encouraging all of y'all to do that. Buy DAT players, man, and own your music. Yeah, own your music, man. Buy DAT players. I got a dope one. I got an advantage. Matter of fact, next show I'll show you the dopest one, the new one I just got. I'll show you the new one I just got. But buy your DAT players, man. You know what I mean? And put your music on there and keep it moving. But I bought all the Grap stuff that he had up on his page on there, and got it all on my hard drive.
What's that you on YouTube?
Yeah, bro. I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at all these different channels that just front like they Grap.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds of Mount Vernon full instrumental LP. Kai Carlongo. See, the thing is I wanted to play some of this real quick, but I don't want to get copyright infringement from one of these channels. But at the same time, this is your shit. So, like, if I play this and you're here, they can't say nothing.
No, they shouldn't be saying that.
Shouldn't be saying that, or go on Bandcamp, or play it off of Bandcamp. I don't think we get in trouble.
I can't play on Bandcamp, bro. You know that. I got to do it from YouTube, man.
Oh, from
How
YouTube.
I'm gonna put Bandcamp on StreamYard?
Say we got YouTube up there.
No, it's not gonna work like that. Hold on.
That's what I'm scared about the 99 album. Like, cats will just start
Yeah.
throwing it up because they'll buy your stuff. And then,
Yeah, they got all the joint. Yeah, they got all that joint. They got Grap. Yeah, put it up there.
Try to get hits off your joint.
Mm.
Get the money
they-
back spent on your joint. You know what I mean? Like,
Bruh, this cat got 19,000 views off your album.
19,000 people listen to that 19,000 times.
But that's not the point I'm talking. I'm talking about he got paid. And he got 15,000 subs. He got paid. He made cake off that.
I gotta put that album on my official page.
Say what?
I gotta figure out how to put it on my page, the album.
Oh yeah. I mean, you don't know how to.
I have a YouTube page, but I don't even fool with it, man.
Right.
Get it going. I got some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I can always help you if you want.
All right, we'll definitely rap about that. You know.
Let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing. Well, yeah. I don't want to get this dude no more views. So check it out. Don't even go here. Just stay tuned. Grap's channel gonna have it up in a minute. I'm gonna help him. We're gonna get it up.
Better that for show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Better that for show. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been working. I'm gonna put out another beat tape, DC or whatever. But I'm working with Rob, so he gets first.
Yeah.
First choice.
Right.
Whatever we don't pick, that's what I'll say. All right, let's go put this over there on that. So
Dope.
Should be good.
Yeah, we'd love to hear another beat tape, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We know for a fact you got something you've been working on. We just don't know about it.
Right. I mean, yeah. I listen. Been making beats, man. Trust me. I just wish there was a way I could play them, for you guys, but it won't sound good because it's coming through my phone.
Right.
Disrespect your ears. I don't want to disrespect you guys' ears like that and not play it the right way.
I don't want to disrespect your work because we won't hear it in its best. Yeah.
Yeah, not play it, not even, not play it the right way and give you the full effect of what I'm making. So
I feel you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. We down with it.
All good.
Definitely down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely down with it. Definitely down with it.
Any new DC movies come out? In animated?
Nah, nothing. Nothing yet.
How
That's
y'all
But
what
feel about the last one they put out, the Justice League, the 3-part joint?
the and the anthology, was it the Gaslight, was it what was it, the
like
one where they had
the
like three like
where they killed
anthology,
off
like
the
three different stories
the
where it
one
was
where
like
they killed off
time
the
different versions?
yeah, they killed off the whole time. I mean, they
Yeah.
killed the
Oh, you
whole
talking
was it
about
Kirby?
the Crisis on Infinite Earths joint? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That shit was hard.
I gotta watch it again because I started it and it got real confusing to me because he kept going back and forth in time and all that. I was like, wait, what the hell's going on now?
Yeah.
It's one where you can't really look away. You gotta really focus on
Yeah. It's definitely a story you got to
it.
follow.
I owe it that before I even make any comments on
Word.
it, you know. I at
But
least
just
focus.
it's funny you said that because let me see it. This might be, and it says Robin's next movie appearance may be different than what fans thought. What are they talking about? Because I know he was about to come out. Let me see. Officially bringing Robin back to movies sooner than expected in a major change of plans in the sidekick's return ever since 1997's Batman and Robin disaster. Boy Wonder has had a limited presence in various adaptations of Dark Knight. In fact, his only true live action appearances have been separate from Batman himself in Titans. That will soon be fixed by James Gunn DC Studios, where Damian Wayne will finally feature. Well, we know this. We know Damian Wayne is going to be in goddamn Batman Brave and the Bold. Come on, man. What is it supposed to be new? What are we talking about?
Oh,
Oh, there is a joint. There is a joint. Two versions of the world's most famous sidekick will also be seen in Dynamic Duo, a puppet animated movie. Oh,
oh,
a puppet animated movie coming to theaters 2028. Robin's next DC movie appearance has long been expected to come in either Dynamic Duo or Brave and the Bold, depending on how. But there's a new Batman movie saga that's going to have Robin featured before then. Batman Nightfall Part 1 and Nightfall will be released later this year. Oh, what?
mm.
A Nightfall
Is that
adaptation. Yeah,
Nightfall?
and animated Nightfall adaptation.
That looks like Batgirl's logo. That purple
Yeah, it does kind of. Yeah.
with that gold.
It
But
does, man.
I think they're just
And he
someone
showed
that
up at the end of Bad Blood, remember?
This is probably someone that just didn't know any better, put the graphic up thinking it was Batman.
Um,
It's not because Nightfall is the whole thing with Bane and breaking the bat and all that and the long years. Here's Let's see, the Batman connected. There's multiple movies connected to Batman Part 1. Brave and the Bold. That's Nightfall right there. I can't wait. I would love to see Nightfall, bro.
mhm.
Animated joint.
Animated
Let's
Nightfall.
see.
That would be dope.
Several new Batman movies as part of a new animated adaptation of the beloved Nightfall storyline, which the storyline is going to have to take place over several films. Okay, produced by Warner Brothers Animation. Part 1 will debut sometime in 2026 with no specific release date having been announced as of yet. Part 1, subtitled Nightfall, will be directed by Jeff Wyminster and a script from Young Justice and Supernatural writer Jeremy Adams. While it has not yet been announced how many entries it will take to tackle Nightfall, a leaked list from 2024 seems to suggest it will be a trilogy with an entry titled Nightfall, Night Quest, and Night's End, which is what they did in the comics. So that makes sense. There's Nightfall. There you go. There's a picture of it. Bane breaking Batman's back. That classic old chestnut. And then that was the first time. Nightfall, blah, blah, blah. Introduced to Bane. Da, 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 da. What to know about Nightfall. Nightfall is one of the most glaring remaining Batman stories still awaiting the TV or movie treatment. It seems like fans are finally going to get it. Batman Nightfall comics story spanned 3 volumes released between 93 and 94. Each volume was dubbed Nightfall, Night Quest, and Night's End, just like the upcoming movie titles. Nightfall follows the story of the hulking Bane breaking out every one of Batman's most formidable foes to launch an all-out assault on the Dark Knight. Bruce Wayne is eventually pushed to the brink, having to step back from his Batmaning career, handling handing the mantle off to protege Jean-Paul Valley, aka Azrael. As Azrael continues to don the cowl, he becomes increasingly violent, sullying Batman's name, and eventually Bruce seeks supernatural healing before returning to reclaim the cape. Yeah. That's a dope answer to your question right there.
Yeah, and that's all gonna be animated. Yes. All right, let's get it.
Hell yeah.
I like the animated joints. I think I got damn near all the DC animated ones.
Yep. This is all the DC joints right here. Flashpoint Paradox was dope.
I really liked
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got all those.
I seen all these.
I got all of them. Justice League Dark. Batman, Hush, Wonder Woman,
I
Blood.
like the Long Halloween. That one was dope.
Apocalypse. Oh, yeah, I got
Long Halloween was dope. Yeah, Long Halloween I liked a lot.
my
There it is
favorite.
right there.
It's very like adult like this.
My
Yeah.
favorite is Crisis.
Wow, it's more like heady, like
Right.
detective work had to go down. Like I did not.
That's what they based the movie Batman on.
Huh?
That movie, The Batman with Robert Pattinson, is based on Long Halloween. Also, the Batman 2 is also going to be based on Long Halloween.
Okay.
A little more so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those were all dope. Yeah, Crisis on Infinite Earths was dope, Stu. 1, 2, and 3.
I got them, but I haven't watched them yet. I gotta have the time. I haven't had the time to really sit down and watch them. They still wrapped in the plastic and everything.
That's my boy right there, Thomas Wayne. That's my
Flashpoint was hard too. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
love Thomas Wayne. But yeah, DC animation definitely better than Marvel animation.
You know, Marvel tried to make, send it to the Japanese and get them to do it. You know what I mean? But it just never panned over well with the fans.
Yeah, they let Madhouse do this stuff.
I really love the anime shit though.
Yeah,
Marvel
Bruce Timm and his team, man. Shout out to them because they're the ones that really they do the animation for DC. They're the ones that do it. And they've
the
done
only
a good
good
job.
Marvel shit is X-Men. Really, Marvel has the X-Men cartoons are phenomenal. Those are my favorite animated comic things. Is the X-Men joints.
The new ones they put out are dope. And the one Wolverine and the X-Men, I watched that one. I think I watched it on Netflix or something. I forget where I watched, but that was actually decent. I was like,
I didn't see that one. I just saw X-Men the animated series.
Yeah.
And
I think it's Wolverine and X-Men and
Wolverine and Hulk.
X-Men 97 is crazy.
X-Men 97 is the follow-up from X-Men
That's
animated
crazy.
series.
I can't wait for Disney to put that out on disc.
That's crazy.
When they put that out, I definitely got to get those. I definitely got to get those when they put them out.
Yeah. Well, that is pretty much our show tonight, guys. We chopped it up. We did the damn thing. We talked about the teaser 3 and teaser 4 from Avengers Doomsday, the X-Men, the Wakanda Fantastic Four leaked trailer that you'll be seeing probably in 4K real soon here. And we talked about the leaked plot for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and it sounds really feasible. Shout out to Derpy Entertainment for that. And big shout out to you, Grap, man, for coming on and chopping it up with us. It's been too long. Super happy to chop it up with you again, man. And of course, you're always welcome. And definitely keep in touch with me on the YouTube thing. We'll get that going.
No doubt. And definitely just salute to 30 years of I&I.
Word.
We celebrating that all year this year. You know what I mean? So look out for different things to go on with I&I shows, things like that. So
yep. And keep it locked on 6 Element for I&I news and updates, because we definitely gonna be following and supporting the whole thing.
So yeah, Bobby Cypher on Instagram.
Yep.
I think it's I&I Music on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter. Have named me Grap. Jolo's Kitchen is on Twitter as well. So yeah, just check in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
peace
bless
to the
up
chat.
all the fans, everybody who's watching right now. Salute.
Word is bond. Peace to everybody, man. Casual, Slade, everybody in the chat. Shark Eyes. Who else came through? Derpy. What else? Mighty Mac, Mighty Rax, Paul Morales.
The man who
PGC.
dropped in with the video, you know, came in on with us.
That's Derpy, yeah. That's Derpy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Stu.
Stu, always a pleasure to see you, brother.
Yeah, same Grap, man. Same.
So we'll see you guys. We do this every Wednesday and every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys Saturday night. And we're gonna talk about this Hulk joint, right? Or this Punisher joint right here. The blue body. We're gonna swap it with the black body and get the OG black body with the white gloves and boots for y'all and show y'all how to do that live on the show, how to customize your joint and get this. So what you'll do is we're gonna show you how to swap the body with the black body, put the white gloves on it so it looks like the OG Punisher with the all black and the white. You know what I'm saying? And this one, we're gonna put the black gloves and boots on. We got a cloth trench coat coming from eBay, and he's gonna be the Punisher from the Spider-Man animated series. So check it out. We're gonna break it down for y'all. And remember what we always tell you.
Be water, my friend.